Welcome back to Craig's Horror Channel. Today we are diving into the chilling, eerie world of 1981, Halloween 2. Now this film is a direct continuation of John Carpenter's 1978 original. Now it promises to deliver more scares, more suspense, and of course, more Michael Myers. But does this direct sequel live up to the original? Well, let's take a look. Halloween 2 picks up right where the original left off, following the harrowing events of the first movie. After surviving her encounter with the masked murderer, Laurie Strode, played by the amazing Jamie Lee Curtis, she finds herself in a local hospital recovering from her injuries. Because if you remember, she got sliced in the arm and fell down the stairs and so forth. But as the night progresses, Michael Myers isn't done with her just yet. He ends up stalking the halls of Haddonfield Memorial Hospital looking for his next victim. Gosh, even the name Haddonfield Memorial Hospital sounds creepy. The film captures that same sense of dread as we watch characters trying to survive the evening. It is a lesson in suspense with a killer lurking in the shadows. I think one of the film's strengths is the character development in this movie, because particularly like Laurie, because Laurie, she has transitioned from a high school student to a survivor at this stage, reflecting the trauma that she endured in the first movie, and this is pretty much the first time that we see this before the likes of Halloween H2O and the Halloween 2018 movies, where Laurie turns into like full-on beast mode, like the Sarah Connor from Terminator. Jamie Lee Curtis delivers a powerful performance, showcasing vulnerability and determination. On the flip side, we have Michael Myers, played once again by Nick Castle, and he is just as relentless, if not more so, than the first movie. Because, you know, you've got to up the stakes, haven't you, in the sequel? Halloween 2 also gives us the returning character of Dr. Loomis, played by the amazing Donald Pleasance, and he will return for the, majority of the original sequels. Now, Dr. Loomis is the person who is dedicated to stopping Michael, the face of evil. His obsessive nature adds depth and complexity to the plot, making the audience appreciate the Michael Myers stalking even more, a little bit of the fight of the cat and mouse. Just as the first Halloween movie, Halloween 2 is heavily reliant on atmosphere to create the suspense. The dimly lit hospital setting amplifies the tension. Each shadow can hide Michael Myers. In fact, I feel this actually might be one of the scariest hospital horror movies I've seen. Some highlights include the infamous scene in the hospital's hallway where Laurie hears noises she can't quite place. The sound design is crucial, with the creaking doors and the distant echoes going on in the building, creating a unsettling sensation throughout. I mean, the makeup effects handled by the great Rob Bolton also deserves a special mention, because Michael does look absolutely terrifying in this movie. I know a lot of fans say this is probably the scariest looking Michael Myers. Is it my favourite sequel in the Halloween world? No, it's not my favourite, but it's still pretty decent. There's a recurring theme of survival, with Laurie being the embodiment of resilience, while Michael represents the invincible force of evil. Laurie's fight is a testament to the human spirit's struggle against darkness. As viewers, we really root for Laurie, understanding the trauma that doesn't just vanish. Now, I want to get on to a little bit of the critique on Halloween 2, because on the positive side of Halloween 2, I love the immediate connection that this film has with its predecessor. It continues to provide the seamless flow into the story. The acting, particularly from Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance, still continue to play their A game and continue to shine. However, where this film falters, in my opinion, is its pacing. Some parts do feel a little bit slow, and it does feel like it drags on just a little bit, especially during the hospital scenes where the suspense doesn't always land effectively. It doesn't happen all of the time, but it does happen at certain points. Additionally, while the kills are more brutal, some might feel it's excessive and could detract from the tension that's built up in the movie. There did seem to be, at one point, just kill after kill after kill to characters who we wouldn't really give a frig about. This is also the sequel where we learn that Michael Myers is actually Laurie Strode's brother, and this is why he has basically come back to Haddonfield to kill her and anybody else that tries to stop him and get in his way, because if you guys remember, he did of course kill his older sister in the original at the start when he was just a little kid. So now Michael wants to go for the gold medal and get the other sister, and you know, this will build into all of the original sequels going forward, because when Laurie isn't around no longer in some of the other sequels, it then moves on to Michael's niece Jamie Lloyd, which I will cover in Halloween 4. But I think this bombshell of Michael being Laurie's brother, it did have mixed reactions at the time, and even to this day some people aren't a huge fan of this part of the story. For me, I'm not too bothered either way. I think it does add a little bit of reason as to why Michael keeps coming back for Laurie, but I also feel there's a bit of a danger because the mystery of why Michael Myers does what he does and the mystery of how he's this unstoppable force is one of the reasons why people were afraid of Michael Myers in the first place. So when you start creating a little bit of a backstory, that's when you run into a little bit of a risk of ruining your boogeyman. I think this standout kill for me is the scene where Michael stabs that nurse or matron, whatever she is, and holds her up in the air with a knife. It's absolutely brutal, and it really shows just how cruel and brutal Michael Myers can be, and it also demonstrates just how incredibly strong he is, a force that cannot be stopped. In conclusion, Halloween 2 is a worthy sequel that expands, upon the myths of Michael Myers while deepening the character of Laurie Strode. Even though this sequel has its flaws, which is to be expected quite often in sequels of horror films, the suspenseful atmosphere, strong performances, and a commitment to horror make it a significant installment in the Halloween franchise. I am going to give Halloween 2 a respectful 7.4 out of 10. So, what do you guys think? Did Halloween 2 live up to your expectations? I know some people love this film, some people do hate it, some people are in the middle on this one, so please let me know in the comments box below. And if you enjoyed this review today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more horror content. Until next time guys, remember to stay safe because you never know when Michael Myers might be lurking around the corner. I'll catch you later, guys.